This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines. A major American academic association made up of faculty and other professionals has voted to sanction New College of Florida. A news release this morning from the American Association of University Professors says that on Saturday, the AAUP's governing council voted to add New College of Florida and another college to its list of institutions sanctioned for substantial noncompliance with widely accepted standards of academic government. In January of 2023, Governor Ron DeSantis appointed a slate of conservative trustees to New College. In the 13 months since then, the college has undergone a radical transformation. The AAUP describes it as an aggressively ideological agenda marked by a complete departure from shared governance. An AAUP report on New College concludes that the takeover at the college stands as one of the most egregious and extensive violations of AAUP principles and standards at a single institution in recent memory. Governor DeSantis announced Florida Highway Patrol and National Guardsmen are heading to the southern border. WMNF's Chris Young says this comes as many Republican governors across the U.S. have shown solidarity with controversial Texas border control efforts.
Governor DeSantis made the announcement in Pensacola on Friday. He's sending 76 Florida Highway Patrol and 50 National Guardsmen to the southern border. He says it's because he believes that a terrorist attack from migrants from the southern border is inevitable.
We're going to continue to be in this fight until the problem is solved, and we need to have the problem solved. Americans' security depends on it. American lives depend on it.
DeSantis also addressed his failed presidential campaign.
But the good thing is you have a right to throw your hat in the ring. You also have an ability for me to sit here and say, 2023 was the most productive year that we've ever had in the history of the state of Florida.
Earlier this month, House Minority Leader Fentress Driscoll questioned his deployment of Floridians to the southern border.
We should not be sending them to the border because this is not their job. This is not for Florida to get involved in, and we certainly have plenty of crises to deal with here at home.
She also questioned the governor's focus on national issues even after his failed presidential campaign.
I feel like he's running for something. I'm not sure what it is, but he certainly wants to make sure that he stays in the national spotlight.
The National Guardsmen left from Plant City and the Highway Patrol left from Pensacola. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young.
Another pedestrian has been struck and killed by a driver on the deadly roadways of the Tampa Bay area. In an email released this morning, the St. Petersburg Police Department says it responded to a hit-and-run pedestrian fatality early this morning. An adult man was lying in the intersection at 7th Avenue South and 12th Street South. He died at the scene. Police are still investigating, but they do not know what type of vehicle struck the man. A local middle school was selected to participate in a science experiment selected by NASA. WMNF's Colleen Cole reports they want to see if they can grow crops in moon soil.
Stewart Middle Magnet School was selected by NASA as 1 out of 10 schools in Florida to participate in the Plant the Moon Challenge. The school won a grant through the Florida Space Grant Consortium to participate in the experiment. Julian Rivera is a science teacher at the school, explains the reason they are doing this experiment is because NASA wants to build a permanent orbiting station around the moon. Having a permanent base makes it harder to get supplies to the station compared to an international space station.
So they want to know, can we make our own food, grow our own food on the moon? They brought back some dirt from the moon back in 1972. They had a geologist with them that brought back some of the moon dirt, and they've analyzed it, and they want to know, can we grow something in it?
Each team received lunar soil simulant from the University of Central Florida's Class Exoliath Lab, and they will see how vegetable crops can grow in the soil. After they collect their results, the schools will send their findings to NASA. For WMNF News, I'm Colleen Cole.
The U.S. Supreme Court will make an important decision this year about what Americans can see on social media. The court is taking up 2 cases this week that could transform the internet as we know it. Today, the court will consider arguments on whether to give Florida and Texas significantly more control over social media platforms and their content. The court will decide whether these platforms can decide for themselves what content goes on their sites and what can be removed. It'll be sunny and warm today. Highs will be in the mid-70s. Clear and cool tonight with overnight lows in the mid-60s. Tomorrow, sunny and hot with highs near 80. I'm Sean Canan with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.